This one
Yes.
really gets into it, right?
Yes, this is true.
This is what we're talking.
This is already happening. Okay, so for those that don't know, there's something out there called AutoGPT. Okay, AutoGPT is scary. You can give it a task. Any task in the world. You can say, write me a remote access toolkit that affects this specific version of Windows, okay? AutoGPT has access to the internet and can start extra instances of itself. So it will delineate that task into separate points that it needs to take care of, start instances of itself, do the research, and aggregate the extra instances of itself back into itself, and then complete the task you ask for it. So yeah, this is a big thing.
But not to insult the intelligence of our audience, because I think anybody watching this is probably pretty intelligent, but what you're saying is that they're building hacking tools. When you say a remote access toolkit, if you're not familiar with that, that's a hacking tool. So you can have it write code for you that's useful for hacking. What I think this article is going to get to, and we'll skim it at least, is that just like you use bots for like speed running in video games, you can probe like a raptor in Jurassic Park for weak points. So AI will increase the number and impact of cyber attacks, Intel officers say. Ransomware is likely to be the biggest beneficiary in the next 2 years, UK's GCHQ says. That is, but...
Global Cybersecurity Headquarters is my guess.
Hit some of this. Threats from malicious cyber activity are likely to increase as nation-states, financially motivated criminals, and novices increasingly incorporate artificial intelligence into their routines, the UK's top intelligence agency said. The assessment from the UK's government communication headquarters, you were, predicted ransomware will be the biggest threat to get a boost from AI over the next 2 years. AI will lower barriers to entry, a change that will bring a surge of new entrants into criminal enterprise. Threat actors such as nation states, the commercial firms that serve them, and financial motivated crime groups will likely also benefit as AI allows them to identify vulnerabilities and bypass security defenses more efficiently. So to me that says it's able to probe at a level that a human can't for weaknesses, right? And if it knows how to identify weaknesses in code, for instance, or database overflow, stack overflows in memory, it might be able. It's going to be a lot better at it than any human is, because the reality is code has gotten so complex today that it's hard for humans to find like 0-day exploits.
Oh my god, I understand this. I guarantee you what's happening is they're using it to reverse engineer assembly back into code, and then having it look through the reverse engineered code to find the vulnerabilities, because that's something that takes humans a very, very long time.
Well, and nobody knows assembly code. So when Chance talks about assembly code, what that is like base level code that your computer runs on. Right above ones and zeros is assembly code, effectively. So when you write JavaScript or some sort of other programming language, this ultimately gets compiled down into assembly code or machine code for the machine to carry out these executions. And most people, even if you take a class, I've known people who've taken a class in assembly, you don't use it. You just understand the concept of what it is.
But it is like you can intercept assembly and reverse engineer it. And there's people out there that reverse engineer the assembly out. I watched a guy do it to a Lego City game. He's been reverse engineering the entirety of like a PlayStation 1 Lego game through assembly and getting the code for it released to the public. And it's like, it can be done, but my God.
That's like God's work stuff.
Yeah, it's just, oh dear. So if you can get an algorithm to do that for you,
yeah, it's. I'll continue. Otherwise, we'll never. The emergent use of AI in cyber attacks is evolutionary, not revolutionary. That it enhances existing threats like ransomware, but not transform the risk landscape in the near term. Lindy Cameron, CEO of GHQ National Cyber Security Center, said. Cameron and other UK intelligence officials said that the country must ramp up defenses to counter the The assessment, which was published Wednesday, focused on the effect AI will likely have in the next years. The chances of AI increasing the volume and impact of cyber attacks in that time frame were described as almost certain. The GCHQ's highest confidence rating. Other more specific predictions listed as almost certain were AI improving capabilities in reconnaissance and social engineering, making them more effective and harder to detect. So social engineering is kind of like spy work almost, like lying to people to get the information you need typically. More impact attacks against threat actors use AI to analyze extra data faster and more efficiently and train AI models.
Cali's got a social engineering toolkit baked into it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
So, again, Kali is a Linux distribution for penetration testing, aka hacking. It's an operating system specifically for hacking because it has a lot of hacking tools built into it. It's open source.
Backtrack, man.
I don't know exactly what this one means. Do you? More impacted attacks against the UK.
So the data that they get out, they're essentially able to more effectively and at a quicker pace than having a human dig through that data, and then they'll use that data to push the training of the bots that read the data even faster. So that's an exponential, like, they're able to get what they need exponentially quicker.
Beyond the 2-year threshold, commoditization of AI improving capabilities of financially motivated and state actors.
So people are going to start selling this stuff
AI
to
tools.
criminals, yeah.
The trend of ransomware criminals and other types of threat actors who are already using AI.
Yeah.
2025 and beyond. Okay. Just going to keep happening. The area of biggest impact from AI, Wednesday's assessment said, would be social engineering, particularly for less skilled actors. So basically, you can have chatbots fool you, I guess.
Yeah, and you don't have to. You no longer have to study social engineering to be able to do it. You go and buy someone's social engineering specific chatbot, and you're good to go.
Like a really advanced script. Mm-hmm. Generative AI, Gen AI, can already be used to enable convincing interactions with victims, the creation of lure documents without the translation, spelling, and grammatical mistakes that are often reveal phishing. So, when you get that call from the Indian guy who doesn't seem English is not his first language, and he's trying to scam you by saying, your grandma's locked up in jail and you need to wire an Amazon gift card to, this address or whatever. Intelligence officials wrote, this will highly likely increase over the next 2 years. Models evolve and uptake increase. Assessment added to 2025 Gen AI and large language will make it difficult for anyone, regardless of their level of cybersecurity understanding, to assess whether an email or password reset request is genuine or to identify phishing, spoofing, or social. You have stuff like double authentication, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's why you have it text you a code on top of your password. Like there are, I don't know,
But so hear me out. If you're able to, through, say, buying a password leak, get a corporate officer's emails, dig through them, and train the AI on those emails to contextually talk like that officer, it's not going to look as weird when you send an email from that guy's hacked email address to an employee asking for a password. Yeah. It's going to seem more like him, as I think what it's getting at.
You can make everything seem more
convincing.
Yeah. Basically, the consequences of AI go well beyond just wackos worshiping it, right?
Yeah. I think we're in for something crazy.
Hi, this is Gavin with Dark Dial. Welcome into the CRT. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us out as a channel, and it helps you find us that much easier. If you can leave a comment down below, we'd love to know what you thought about the video. We're going to be live typically on Thursdays, 6 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Central, and be sure to check out darkdial.com. We've got a cool forum you can sign up for, as well as links to all of our social accounts on there. Thanks for watching.